Hello everyone, welcome back to my game. I'm Bill. This video is going to be an update on last Sunday's campaign. Where we last left off, the party was fighting a bunch of manticores. They had ambushed them and they had dropped a wall on the biggest one and pretty much subdued and killed the smaller ones. At the end of that game, the portal that was in the center of town opened. The person standing next to the portal took 1 point of negative energy damage. And skeletons riding horses started emerging out of the portal. At the same time, in the town square, the NPC forces that the party is dealing with from the Wizards Guild were coming to investigate this town as well. They were giving the party a chance to take out the manticores. So they arrive right about the time the portal opens. So that is where the game begins for that Sunday. So the party takes initiative and starts messing with the skeletons. They start dividing their forces. A few stay around where the manticore is, and then the rest begin to move towards the portal. The first group of skeletal horses move forward a little bit, and the leader presents a holy symbol. And presenting the holy symbol, you feel like he's channeling energy through the whole area. And the holy symbol disintegrates. And after disintegrating, I had each player roll a d4, and that's how many ghosts popped up around them. Other than being ghosts with a high attack bonus because of the party's equipment, they were just 1 hit point minion ghosts. The other thing the party had to contend with is the fact that without ghost touch weapons or the ability to harm the ethereal creatures, the party wouldn't be able to do much to them for at least a turn or two, trying to get past with a magic weapon you have a 50% chance to hurt them type deal. So the leader of the Wizards Guild put on a glove of magic missile and started taking out ghosts. The beast hunter in the party threw his giant net over the large portion of the skeletal warriors, the grave knights as they were in Pathfinder. Death knights if you're using D&D. All the summoned mounts disappear instantly, and because of the way the net's built, anyone attacking through it can't attack with magic because anything passing through the net's dispelled. The undead fight against the net mostly in vain because they're not organized, but more undead are coming out of the portal. The Gatecrasher of the Wizards Guild has made his way over to the portal. The Plains Champion has started engaging whatever knights are grave knights are free, but he had ghosts around him initially. So until the ghosts were dealt with by Franklin the Brave, the Wizards Guild's leader, he was kind of stuck in one position. That said, Franklin went before he did. Otherwise, the ghosts around him would have been gone. Because if you haven't seen the class Planar Champion, when you get a couple levels under your belt, you can attack ethereal creatures without ghost touch weapons. So he was about to lay a serious beat down on the ghosts. The Gatecrasher gets to the gate and he manages to close the gate. But after closing the gate, and it took him a turn or two, after closing the gate, he's attacked by 2 of the Grave Knights, and they drop him with a couple of criticals. The Druid tries to save him. Riding the Raptor runs up there and leans over to grab him and pick him up, and in doing so provokes attack of opportunity and goes down from the impact. And it's the first time that player's seen his Druid really take a beat down, and it's really bad because the beat down dropped him into I believe it was like -15 or -20s. So he was pretty much dead. He rolls Divine Intervention for that character. The raptor pulls his corpse into the brush out of the way. Meanwhile, while this is going on in one area, the ones that waited for the manticore, 2 turns up, the manticore comes up. And then they start fighting it. I'm not sure that it dealt any damage, but I remember it attacked it like twice. I know that it did not survive very long. The party took it out pretty quick. After the gate being closed and the ghosts were handled, whatever grave knights were left were taken care of pretty quickly by the party. The ones that were in the net, after the beast catcher dropped a couple of immovable rods on the corners of the net to prevent them from being lifted up, they just started sticking weapons through the net to destroy the grave knights. The net is not easily broken. If I didn't go into these details, it is made out of adamantine thread, so it is not something that most creatures or things can damage. On the other hand, one of the party members, being a big brute barbarian, was swinging his weapon in a hacking motion at the net, so he was doing damage to his weapon and the net at the same time he was hurting whatever was inside. So it was just something I made them note on their character sheets, that their weapons took a little bit of damage and whatnot. And I told them at what point the net would break, but at that point, so would the weapons. So after the battle finishes, the druid, divine intervention kicks in, and essentially the god brings the druid back with reincarnation. And the druid comes back as an elf with a dwarf beard. So he's like 6 inches taller than his dwarven counterpart was. And he is in elf standards, he's the ugliest elf that an elf has ever seen, especially with that beard. The comedy from which is endless, as you can tell. The party examines the Ion Stone after trying to bring back the Gatecrasher. They bring him back from the brink of death. He is severely damaged on his stats from the process of dying. So with him back, he's pretty much crutch bound for a good while. He starts examining the gate with them. He figures out that there is enough charge to open the gate one more time, that the symbol for the home destination is damaged. So Franklin thinks that he can fix that, but he needs access to 3 different things. He needs 2 things to fix the symbol, and he needs 1 thing to fix the energy to the device. The crystal that holds the energy for the device could be recharged fully if it's struck by lightning over, I think I said 1,000 times. So, and the easiest place to get access to that is the plane of air. To fix the symbol that's broken, they need fire from the elemental plane of fire, and it's pure magic fire. One of the characters can make pure magic fire, but the quantities that they need to repair this, he cannot produce himself in a limited time frame. And then they need an Ion Stone from the elemental plane of earth. He's going to do something with mixing those 2 together to make the symbol, or at least fix that section of the symbol. So they have 3 different destinations to go to. They managed to put magical energy into the battery that operates the gate to get it to open up 2 times instead of 1 time. So with that, they were planning on what they were going to do next and how they were going to do it. The character that lost the druid for the brief time that the druid was out has started finalizing his ideas on his other characters and started finishing fleshing them out as much as he can. That way, if it happens again, he'll have more characters to pick from. The one that plays the gargoyle that upsetted Poseidon, he's working on his extra characters now too. They asked what XP table they were on at about the beginning or middle of this game. They're on the slow XP table in Pathfinder. The amount of XP I'm awarding per game session, they're pretty sure they're not going to level pretty quickly, which is the point. I want to see them do a lot. They're already equipped like 20th level characters. They're 5th level. Let's see them do a lot. Let's see them interact with a lot of stuff. Let's see them explore. They're already, the creature that took down the druid was only, there was 2 of them, but they were only challenge rating 10s. The party's been taken out challenge rating 15s and stuff. So power perspective, though, is even though they've been taken out 15s have not, usually they're individual and they've not landed a hit. If they landed a hit, that would be a different matter, and then they'd be like, oh, this is not good. So there's been a couple of creatures they've avoided combat with and a couple they've negotiated with, and I've put that information out here on previous reviews of what all's happened. So if I missed anything on this, put it in the comments below. I'm working on the Earth plane exploration now because that is the destination they went to. They're like, oh, let's go to the Earth plane to find that first. And now they're tuning a tuning fork for gate travel to the Earth plane, as well as exploring it. So that's where the next game tomorrow is going to take place in. Well, until we game again.